have a moment of silence to keep our troops in our prayers and thoughts and our law enforcement that they could all come home safe. Thank you. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The notice of this meeting pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-10, has been complied with and shall be entered into the minutes of this meeting.
Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood.
Here.
Freeholder Kenny. Freeholder Koppel.
Here.
Freeholder Nara.
Here.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Here.
Freeholder Valenti.
Here.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Here. Recognitions.
First is recognizing PRAB on their 45th anniversary. Next is recognizing the honorees of the Roberto Clemente Gala. And last is recognizing Robert Golden, as he's honored on Saturday, October 14th, by the St. James Grammar School Alumni Association and the St. James Parish community for his continued commitment.
Is there a motion to adopt?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Valente, seconded by Deputy Director Tamaro. Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood.
Yes.
Freeholder Koppel.
Yes.
Freeholder Nara.
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti.
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes. There's some correspondence.
Each freeholder has been provided with a list of correspondence received by the clerk's office since our last meeting. This correspondence may be kept on file in the office of the clerk of the board for reference.
Is there a motion to accept the correspondence?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Valente, seconded by Deputy Director Tamaro. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Minutes for approval.
Board of Chosen Freeholders regular meeting, September 28th, 2017, at 7:00 p.m.
Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Valente, seconded by Deputy Director Tamaro. Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood.
Yes.
Freeholder Koppel. Freeholder Nara.
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti.
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes. At this time, I will give the State of the County address. Good evening, everyone. And it's with great pride that I present to you the 2017 State of the County address, during which I will enumerate the many accomplishments the county has made over the past 12 months. Though I will begin to detail these achievements for you shortly, I ask that we have a moment of silence for those 59 people killed and 527 people that were injured in Las Vegas in the deadliest shooting in modern history. Words cannot express our feelings of grief, shock, and sadness. This horrific act came on the heels of the devastation caused by Hurricanes Harvey, Irma, and Maria in Texas, Florida, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and Puerto Rico. Middlesex County, I am proud to say, is filled with giving, generous residents who have donated funds, goods, and food to the relief efforts. The county has also offered the use of emergency vehicles and equipment to relief efforts in Texas and Florida, and our prosecutor's office is sending 2 officers to Puerto Rico to help with their efforts. In conjunction with the Sheriff's Office, the Freeholder Board is hosting a drive for the victims of Hurricane Maria. Please drop off canned food, water, batteries, and personal hygiene items on October 23rd, 24th, and 25th at the Sheriff's Office at 701 Livingston Avenue in New Brunswick. Please see our Facebook page for details. Thank you. The past 12 months in Middlesex County have been productive, but the past week has brought great progress and possibility. Last week, we celebrated the start of one of the most exciting projects of my time on the board, the construction of the New Brunswick Performing Arts Center. This was the first groundbreaking on a project that received funds from the county's Cultural and Arts Trust Fund, which was established in 2015 after our voters overwhelmingly supported the fund in the 2014 general election. This $172 million project will transform the arts and culture scene throughout the state and even a larger region. It will bring under one roof the George Street Playhouse, the Crossroads Theater, the American Repertory Ballet, and Rutgers University's Mason's Gross School of the Arts. This project brings opportunity and education to our residents. It builds on our history, including that of our brave veterans who played a role in the shaping of our nation, while embracing innovative programming and production elements. It's a collaborative effort of such a diverse group of stakeholders. It will become a destination for lovers of theater and music and dance and fine art from every culture and background. I cannot tell you how proud my freeholders and I are to have had a part in bringing this project to life. It helps us reach our goals of giving our residents opportunities to learn, to perform, and to enjoy the arts in all its forms. It opens doors for our youth to explore the arts as audience members or participants. It will bring jobs to the region and housing and parking to the Arts District. It will boost local businesses. We partnered with the NJEDA, the state legislature, the city of New Brunswick, DevCo, Rutgers University, and the New Brunswick Cultural Center to bring this project to life. You can imagine how difficult it could have been to have all these entities come to an agreement. But we came together for a shared goal, kept that in mind, and got to work. And that speaks to the significance of this project. Late last week, the city of New Brunswick and the county were informed by the New Jersey Economic Development Authority that our proposal to build Amazon's second headquarters here in Middlesex County seat is among the top 4 proposals from throughout the state that is considering putting forward to Amazon. In coordinating with the city, the New Brunswick Development Corporation, and other partners, we have put forth a strong application, and I look forward to the challenge of this second round of vetting by the NJEDA and the Governor's Office. Equally as exciting, the residents at Roosevelt Park, our 84-unit affordable senior housing complex, is nearing completion. This project has restored the historic elements of Roosevelt Hospital in Edison while transforming it into independent living apartments with modern amenities. Veterans will have preference for 25% of the units, and 5 units will be set aside for the homeless. The residence at Roosevelt Park enhances our offerings to our growing population of seniors who are living longer and healthier. It answers the need for quality, affordable apartments that are centrally located. Pre-applications for occupancy are now being accepted, and the first residents are expected to move in after the first of the year. I cannot wait to welcome the residents into their new homes. These are 3 incredible projects, each of which strengthens the county's offerings. I could probably end my speech right here, but then I would not be doing justice to the many other programs, services, and projects the county began or completed over the past 12 months. The backbone of any effective organization is its financial strength. Middlesex County has held a AAA bond rating, the highest rating attainable, for 16 years. This is an indicator of our fiscal responsibility and enables us to invest about $40 million annually into our capital improvement master plan. One key element is in our technology, which helps us work more efficiently and helps us to make smarter decisions when making capital improvements to our internal technical systems and to our infrastructure to ensure our residents' safety. For example, the Finance Department, under the direction of Freeholder Leslie Koppel, began the implementation of the state-of-the-art One Solution financial enterprise software. The department has embraced this new technology to replace a 20-year-old legacy system. It will automate many processes, resulting in the elimination of all paper fiscal transactions, increase productivity, enhance fiscal management, and comprehensive analytical capabilities. It also will improve the process of doing business with the county. Most importantly, the transition to this new system immediately saves $500,000 in taxpayer dollars that would have been required to replace the computer hardware the current system operates on. In addition to technology upgrades, the county invests in its buildings, roads, bridges, and parks to ensure the safety of all users. This year, the Department of Infrastructure Management, under the direction of Freeholder Charles Kenny, addressed 26 priority bridge and culvert repairs through the Office of Public Works. The office milled and paved more than 22 miles of roads in 17 towns. Our Office of Engineering completed $28.3 million in projects, from bridge and culvert replacements to new signals and facilities upgrades. Notable projects include the second phase of the reconstruction of Plainfield Avenue from Ethel Road to Kilmer Avenue in Edison. 3 traffic signals were replaced along Woodbridge Center Drive in Woodbridge, and a bridge on Raritan Avenue in Middlesex Borough was replaced. The county also cut the ribbon on the $7.62 million project that reconstructed River Road from 287 to John Field Court in Piscataway. Middlesex County funded the road work and installation of 3 signals. Piscataway Township funded the installation of curbing and sidewalks. Numerous improvements were completed in our parks to ensure our recreational facilities remain in top condition. Picnic shelters were built in Roosevelt and Thompson parks to help us serve the nearly 250,000 residents who enjoy picnics in all our county parks. Tennis courts in Johnson, Merrill, and Thomas Edison parks were improved, and lighting was added to courts in Johnson, Donaldson, Merrill, and Thompson parks. We resurfaced 2 cricket pitches in Johnson Park and 1 pitch at John A. Phillips Park. We also continued the process of updating comfort stations throughout the park system with new LED lighting, hand dryers, and water-saving fixtures. Lastly, new sidewalks, curbing, and ADA ramps were installed throughout the park system to make our facilities more accessible to everyone. First-class recreational opportunities are extremely important to us and to our residents. More than 30,000 fans came out to our Broadway Caliber Plays in the Parks series this summer. I am proud that we were able to provide high-quality family programming at low cost to our residents and visitors. We took further steps to increase opportunities for quality arts and cultural pursuits as we introduced the county's regional strategy for Middlesex County arts and history through the Department of Business Development and Education, which is under the direction of Freeholder Ken Armour. As part of this strategy, we assess the county's offerings, the offerings of the groups we fund, and all arts and history venues in the county. We strategize on how to bring programming to greater audiences. Recreation can also be passive, such as nature walks, photography, and bird watching. We have one of the most aggressive open space preservation programs in the state, have saved from commercial development more than 8,000 acres of open lands and nearly 5,000 acres of farmland. This year, under the direction of Freeholder Deputy Director Tamaro, who is the liaison to the Open Space and Recreation Public Advisory Committee, the county entered into contracts or closed on over 200 acres. Significant purchases include the 76-acre Tamarack Hollow extension in East Brunswick that lies along the Ireland Brook and provides critical habitat for several amphibian species. It's the final piece of a puzzle that will tie together over 1,400 acres of parkland along East Brunswick and South Brunswick. Part of that 1,400 acres is 12 acres in South Brunswick, which expands the county's Ireland Brook conservation area. The land provides water quality protection to the Ireland Brook. We also purchased the 106-acre Story Farm and a 26-acre property along Gravel Hill, Spotswood Road in Monroe Township. Both these pieces have ties to the Battle of Monmouth during the American Revolution. Many of the preserved acres were joint purchases with our municipal partners. In fact, Middlesex has built and fostered strong partnerships across the spectrum to enable us to serve our residents and businesses more effectively. This year, under the direction of Freeholder Shantinaro, Chair of the Public Safety and Health Committee, we undertook renovations and upgrades to our medical examiner facility to accommodate our agreement with Mercer County to take over its medical examiner operations. Mercer was the second county to join this regional partnership, as we have been providing the same service for Monmouth County. This shared service accomplishes two things for Middlesex County. First, it generates revenue, and second, it makes more efficient use of our facility. On September 8th, spearheaded by Freeholder Armwood, we hosted the first ever Middlesex County Business Summit. The sold-out event introduced the Middlesex County Resource Partnership, a team of economic development professionals who discussed the resources and services provided by the county and its partners to help new businesses get established or grow existing ones. This is the first of what will become an annual event, plus a series of webinars to help boost our local economy and connect our business community. Our Workforce Development Office has developed a link with the labor union apprentice programs for youth and adults to assist job seekers get the training that they need. Middlesex County College is partnering with Workforce Development and its one-stop centers to relocate all services through the college to maximize educational and training resources. Our county vocational technical school system expanded its advanced manufacturing program to ready students for careers in this growing talent network in New Jersey after having consulted with business leaders from throughout the community. And both Middlesex County and the vocational schools have integrated the county's art and history initiative into their program, as this may better prepare students for careers in the arts, both in front of curtain and backstage. The well-being of all our residents is a primary goal of the Freeholder Board. And so, we offer programs for the youngest to the most senior constituents through our Department of Community Services, which is under the direction of Freeholder Blanquita Valenti. The programs available through our Surrogate's Office assist people across the lifespan. Under the direction of Surrogate Kevin Hoagland, the office finalized 190 adoptions and processed guardianships. The office also handles the probate of wills and estate issues. More than 3,000 clients were assisted in the main New Brunswick office, and 1,600 more received help at our 11 satellite offices. In addition, the office completed the scanning of all probate documents from 1970 to present day and made them available for public viewing. Perhaps one of the biggest problems the nation is experiencing now is the addiction to opioids and prescription drugs. Anyone, any age, can be affected. In April, the Office of Human Services sponsored a substance abuse prevention awareness program entitled Hidden in Plain Sight. The program was geared towards adults over 21, community members, educators, and adults working with youth. Participants took an interactive tour of a child's bedroom to discuss what items may be signs of substance use. One of our most successful programs is our Veterans Housing Assistance Program, which has helped more than 300 families, veteran families. One of my proudest days as a public servant was the day last fall when I announced that we effectively ended veterans' homelessness in Middlesex County. This designation by 3 federal agencies means we have the system and partners in place to house any veteran experienced or at risk of homelessness. I'm thrilled that this program, one that is near and dear to my heart, made a difference in the lives of some of our brave men and women who sacrificed so much for our freedom. Our American Dream Down Payment Program celebrated its 500th closing in May. The county uses federal HUD funding to provide down payment and closing assistance to income-eligible first-time home buyers. Middlesex County first-time home buyers have received over $4 million in down payment funds since the program's inception in 2006. The Office of Aging and Disabled Services held the first county ADA coordinators information session, the first meeting of its kind in the state. 19 of our 25 municipalities partnered in the training session, during which ADA coordinators were invited to share information and best practices. Our senior meal program provided over 237,000 meals to congregate and home-delivered meal clients. More than 600 seniors participated in our senior health and fitness walk this year, and 300 seniors aged 90 or older celebrated with us during our 90s birthday bash. Quality of life is very important to our residents, and therefore very important to this Freeholder Board. Recreation, open space, and affordable housing are all components of that. So is safety. Our Superintendent of Schools, which is a state entity that reports to the County Business Development and Education Department, worked in partnership with the State Commission on Child Abuse and Missing Children to promote community awareness related to child abuse through an agreement between local school districts and law enforcement agencies. The Department of Public Safety and Health under Freeholder Nara and the Department of Infrastructure Management under Freeholder Kenny launched the county CRS program to help municipalities develop floodplain plans and apply for FEMA's Community Rating System program, which could lead to lower flood insurance program for our residents and businesses should such events occur. So far, 7 municipalities have joined the county's state-of-the-art emergency communications network. The system is fully operational countywide. It enables first responders to communicate seamlessly in a secure and safe network. The county invested $9 million to overhaul its network and is offering any municipality the opportunity to join free of charge. Several municipalities are currently evaluating the system, and we anticipate the number of participants will grow over the next year. We established a special anniversary this year, Middlesex County Fire Academy has been training emergency personnel for 25 years. Hundreds of thousands of individuals, including firefighters, law enforcement personnel, emergency medical personnel, members of emergency management, and private organization have been trained on the latest response and recovering techniques. The facility has 8 classrooms and an amphitheater for lectures and training purposes. Perhaps most critical are the 3 burn buildings, flammable liquids and gas pads, motor vehicle extrication sites, confined space tunnels, tankers, and rail cars that are used for hands-on training. It is recognized and has been acknowledged as one of the premier training venues in the country. It's a phenomenal resource to have, and I thank everyone who works there for making it the training center that it is. The past 12 months have been filled with progress, possibility, and innovation. None of the achievements I listed tonight could have been made without the unwavering dedication of this Freeholder Board to serve the people of this great county, or without the hard work of the administration and our entire county workforce. So I express my deep gratitude to each of you on jobs well done. Thank you. May God bless you. May God bless Middlesex County. And may God bless the United States of America. Okay. Okay, Mr. Kelso, do we have any resolutions to be added?
There are none.
Any resolutions to be amended?
There are none.
Any resolutions to be held?
There are none.
Any resolutions to be voided?
There are none.
At this time, I open up the meeting to the public on any resolutions listed.
Move to close the public portion.
Second.
Motion to close by Deputy Director Tamaro, seconded by Fielder Valente. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Are there any items to be removed from the consent agenda and voted on separately?
I do, Director 17-1622.
Anyone else? Mr. Kelso?
Yes, Fielder Director, a motion would then be in order to adopt a consent agenda consisting of resolution number 17-1617 through resolution 17-1703, excluding resolution 17-1622 to be voted upon separately.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Fielder Valente, seconded by Deputy Director Tamaro. Roll call.
Fielder Armwood?
Yes.
Fielder Koppel? Fielder Nara?
Yes.
Fielder Tamaro?
Yes.
Fielder Valenti?
Yes.
Fielder Director Rios?
Yes.
Now, Fielder Director, it would be appropriate to consider the resolution excluded by Freeholder Tamaro, and that's resolution 17-1622.
Motion?
Motion.
Motion by Fielder Valente, seconded by Fielder Koppel. Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood?
Yes.
Fielder Koppel? Fielder Nara?
Yes.
Fielder Tamaro?
Present not voting.
Fielder Valenti?
Yes.
Fielder Director Rios?
Yes. Okay. At this time, I open up the meeting to the public. Anyone has anything to say? Please come up to the microphone, state your name and address, and you have 5 minutes. Yep.
Good evening. My name is Shima Majiduddin, and I live in Somerset County, 36 Cedarbrook Drive, Somerset, New Jersey, 08873. I'm here and I'm joined by my colleagues from Middlesex County College to discuss some issues that we are facing at the institution. I want to make it clear that we are not here to talk about negotiations or settling any type of contracts, but to engage you in listening to what we have to say about the state of the institution. Those of us that will be talking, there'll be several other individuals that will be talking. Collectively, we have 120 years of service to the institution. So we aren't only passionate about students and passionate about our work, we are invested in the institution, and we see things that are of great concern to us. We went up the channels, we spoke to our Board of Trustees, we presented these issues to them. Some of you may have received postcards from us. We had a postcard writing campaign to address some of these issues, and we had a rally on campus last semester where students and faculty spoke about some of our concerns that have occurred. Since then, no real changes have occurred, so we are here appealing to the freeholders especially those that are connected with Middlesex County College, in hopes that you will hear us and support us in making some needed changes that will help our institution. Me personally, I work in the counseling services office, so I am a 12-month faculty member, and I work on the support service end of it. And I've seen a lot of changes, and a lot of things that we're going to talk about have to do with decisions that are being made by administration without any conversation with professionals who work directly with students. And these changes have impacted not only the institution, but have impacted student services and students. For example, some of you may have been at the spring 2017 convocation, where President La Perla Morales stated that we have a 61% minority student population. In that same semester, that March, during spring break, she and her administration did away with the Minority Students Program, the Minority to Access Professions Program. These programs provide networking opportunities, engagement on campus, and all of this was done without any conversation with the professional staff. Students came to the rally to discuss this information, to rally about having the program dismantled. I work with students, and since then, there still has been no talk about having any kind of service for minority students or any office for minority students. We just did away with the program. I work with Project Connections, which is a learning disabilities program for students with learning disabilities. And this past semester, we were told that Project Connections was going to be moved from its location near the Learning Center, near the Assistive Technology and Adaptive Testing Center, without, again, any conversation. We had to work our way and get a conversation with our president. It was not a comfortable conversation, but stated the facts. And our president was forced to change a decision, again, that was made without any conversation. These kind of things are consistent, and I'm going to have some of my fellow faculty members come up and discuss some of the other concerns from the academic end that are occurring. I thank you all for your time, and I hope that you take what I've said and that what my colleagues have said, take it and help us with some of these changes. Thank you.
Let me just say, as I mentioned to you in our prior conversation, I don't have a problem meeting with you, along with my colleague, who's the liaison to the college, Freeholder Ken Armwood. Just have to understand that there's certain things that we have to be sensitive to, that we can get into dialogue with any of the members of the college, meaning the faculty, just to protect the county. And I just want you to understand that if we get to that, you know, if any kind of dialogue comes up, we have to stop right there, because I don't want to put the county in a bad position.
Neither do we. Thank you. I'd like to call up Jerry Olson, who's also a faculty member at Middlesex County College.
My name's Jerry Olson. I'm a resident of Woodbridge for the last 15 years, a county resident for the last 43. I live at 171 Roland Place with my wife and my two stepchildren, both of whom attended Middlesex County College. I'm here tonight. I'm also currently enjoying my 43rd year as a full-time faculty member at Middlesex, but to tell you the truth, I'm not enjoying it as much as I used to. And as Shima has told you, it's really because faculty morale is at an all-time low. And I'm here tonight because, unfortunately, the administration and the Board of Trustees is not the same administration and Board of Trustees that was in place. Two former board members are here tonight. And when we did have concerns, they just didn't listen. They used to listen to us, they don't now. I'm not gonna talk about the fact that my healthcare costs have overcome my raises. I'm not here to talk about the fact that my students are coming into locked buildings and locked classrooms, and when we make phone calls, we get an answer like, oh, the person who used to have that job retired. I'm here to tell you that we're not meeting the needs of our students, and I want to talk about actually 6 different things. Number 1 is the fact that our students need full-time faculty members who are dedicated to the classroom, who are dedicated to our students' learning, who are tied to the curriculum. But when those faculty retire, they're replaced with adjuncts who are more concerned with handing out easy grades, ending classes early in order to increase their ratings on Rate My professor in order to get hired the next semester. As a result, those students come into our classes later on, and they're not prepared. Our students spend sometimes an hour or two to get to the college, sometimes on an antiquated bus system or sitting on Route 514, which we can talk about at another time. But more importantly, when they get to the college, they don't often have the money to purchase books. And the reason that they show up at our classrooms without the books is because they can't afford the books in the bookstore. Now, in the past, we were allowed to tell students that there were cheaper options. They could go online and buy those things. We received a directive over the summer that we are not allowed to tell students that there were cheaper options. That's because the college engaged into a contract with an off-site vendor, and as a result, to meet the contract, we can't tell students to buy books at a cheaper price. Now, I don't know about you, but we have to pay a lot of money for textbooks as parents. Those of us who are parents of students at the college, some textbooks cost $145 or more. And later on, you're going to hear from my colleague, Professor Blanco, who may even want to tell you a story about a book that he published, which is available online at Amazon, is being charged twice as much at the college bookstore. Students are forced to buy those books at the bookstore because of a contract. I'm also going to talk about the fact that students who come to that college after that commute are often put into overcrowded labs, particularly chemistry labs, and our chemistry department has looked at those labs and found that there are potential safety hazards. They're put in overcrowded, over-registered, misappropriated, or misassigned biology courses, and when the biology faculty ask why, they're said that there is some room assignment policy, but nobody can produce it. We need more online courses at the college. Both the vice president and the dean of arts and sciences have acknowledged that we are probably one of the lowest community colleges offering online courses, but and so the college went out and hired, at the cost to the taxpayers of almost $200,000 a year, 2 administrators to help us offer more online courses. Except that when full-time faculty want to teach those online courses, because of the bad word negotiations, the college refuses to let full-time faculty teach those online courses. Every time, in fact, they told us that if we went through training for this new online course system we have, they would allow us to teach those courses or consider that. But when I asked to teach an online course, which I have asked to teach for 4 years now, I was told there is a moratorium on online courses. Our students need help. As Shima has said, our minority students need help. They come to us needing help, and they need help not only in making connections, but they need help because they're just not as prepared as they need to be. They need full-time faculty who have office hours who can help them. They need a tutoring center staffed with tutors, not tables. They need...
That's time.
Thank you. All right. So thank you. So I guess we're here because we need some changes, and
Well,
we
the other
asked
thing,
that.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Sure,
Did
sir.
you bring any of these things to the Board of Trustees?
We bring them all the
Okay.
time. We go to
It
these
only
meetings.
requires a
Okay.
yes or no answer,
Yes, sir.
sir. Your
We
time
do.
is up.
All right.
Okay. Thank you. The next speaker can speak,
Okay.
please.
I'd like to introduce Kathy Shea from the Math Department.
Please state your name and address, and you have 5 minutes.
Okay, good evening. My name is Kathy Shea. I live in Somerset County. My address is 23 Black Horse Run in Belmead. And I started teaching at Middlesex County College in the math department in 1981. So I'm enjoying my 37th year there. And I do enjoy it very much. I love teaching and I love our students. I'm also the director of the Center for the Enrichment of Learning and Teaching, where I work with faculty development. And student success and teaching excellence are my 2 passions. Over the summer, I worked on my own and with a committee to develop a proposal for a food pantry at our college. We recognized that many of our students can come to school hungry, and we submitted that proposal to the administration a month ago. Haven't heard a word back yet, but I'm hoping that we do get support. I really appreciated your statement, Chairman, about wanting to secure the well-being of everyone in the county, and we really are interested in the well-being of our students. As a math professor, I'm very concerned about my department, which at one time had as many as 27 to 30 full-time faculty members. We're down to 12. In the last 5 years, we've seen 10 retirements, and none of those people have been replaced. The college has posted a few job openings, as many as 4 last year. We had a lot of applications. I think it was about 130, 140. But because of the very restrictive language in the job postings, we were only able to interview less than 10%. Less than 10% of the people who applied did not qualify for the job as it was posted. Our college president demands that professors now have PhDs in the subject area. That had never been the case in the past. This time around, they opened to a couple of master's degrees candidates. However, they hadn't all taught the courses that were listed in the job posting. So it was a challenge. I've served on these hiring committees for years, and it was a challenge to screen all those applications, find the ones that at least would be suitable for interview, and we did make a few recommendations. This round and a couple of years ago, we recommended some people be put forward. And the administration decided that we didn't offer enough people, enough candidates, so they didn't follow up with a second interview. We didn't hire anyone. So right now, about 77% of classes in the college are being taught by adjuncts. And we have some very talented, wonderful adjuncts, but we also have people who are just doing this to earn a little extra money on the side. One of my students told me, an adjunct instructor in the summer, who told the class, the calculus class, well, you know, my other job is more important than this one. So you students are going to have to do a lot of YouTubing to try to learn this material, because I'll help you as much as I can, but I really don't have the time for this. This is what our students are dealing with, and it's just a travesty. Right now, I'm mentoring a young man who was hired at the last minute to teach 2 statistics courses online. He's never taught before in his life. He's an engineer. So not only has no teaching experience, he's never taught online, and he's teaching statistics. Luckily, when I sent my daughter to Middlesex County College, the situation was better. But as I look forward to my retirement, I'm very concerned that the college that I leave is going to be a lot worse off than the college that I arrived at. And I hope that you can do anything you can to improve the situation. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public? Please state your name and address, and you have 5 minutes.
Hi, my name is Chuck Dolan. I live at 35 Fairfield Road in South Brunswick, and I am a faculty member at Middlesex County College. I'm a librarian. I've been there 21 years, and I want to talk a little bit about health benefits. We've done a little bit of research and compared the cost of health plans between the Middlesex County GIF health insurance plan and the state health benefits plan. And according to the rates published by the Middlesex County plan, a family care with prescription costs can cost up to $50,000 a year. For a comparable plan from the state health benefits plan, it would be about $30,000 a year. I did a comparison just on my own case. My plan is not the most expensive. I'm in an HMO. It's just my wife and myself. My plan costs $28,000 to the county. A comparable plan from the state health benefits would cost about $19,000. So there's a $9,000 difference there. And so we were just wondering why is there such a big cost difference, and if the Middlesex County workers and citizens are paying so much more for the comparable policy, who is benefiting from the arrangement?
That's a contract item that we're not going to get involved in making any kind of comments about. As I stated before, we're not going to get involved in discussions about contract language. I'm sorry.
Well-
It's just inappropriate on our behalf to get involved with that.
It's
And
something
I'm
that
not going to make any comments about it.
affects all.
You could say your comments, but we're not going to get involved
It's
in
not
dialogue
just
back
the
and forth.
college, though. It's you know, all the Middlesex County employees overall, and the added cost obviously is being paid for by all Middlesex County taxpayers. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else in the public? Motion to close? Oh, come on, you guys got to step up to the plate here and get ready. Yes, sir. Please state your name and address, and you have 5 minutes.
Correct. I'm Virgil Blanco. My address is 302 Marywood Drive in Edison, New Jersey. I concur with you. I agree with you. Middlesex County is a great county. I have lived here most of my life. I have 4 children. They were born here. They were raised here, and they all went to Middlesex County College. I'm here representing myself as a taxpayer. And I was a contributor always to the Democratic Party. I contributed to the national, the state, and the local. And in fact, I have contributed to many candidates at the freeholder level for many years. I was really shocked to learn that the college has now retained Jackson Lewis, which is a notorious law firm, anti-worker, anti-union, one that is being hired by different institutions to eliminate unions altogether. I would not expect that from your administration. It seems inconceivable. I would expect that from perhaps coming from Trenton, but not from my own county and my own people. So I'm just here to just let you know, as a taxpayer, I really resent my tax money going against myself and against other workers in the county.
Well, as you know, the county is an autonomous body that are the College Board of Trustees is an autonomous body appointed by the freeholders. So they have every right to pick who they want. I may not agree with who they choose as a law firm, but I don't have the vote there to say who they can hire or fire as a law firm. That's the best I could tell you right now. I mean, that's the honest answer I'm giving you, is that they're an autonomous body and they can hire or fire who they want. I can't have any comments to them to say who they should hire.
I agree. I mean, I understand that. However, I assume that you probably would not agree with that action in the part of the college.
All I could tell you is that I am a strong believer in unions, and I support unions in every way we can. And I've always had that philosophy all my life. And that's my mindset and my philosophy.
I know you attended the National Labor University in Maryland.
Yes.
Is that correct?
That's right.
Yes, correct. So, you know, Jackson Lewis is really, my son is studying labor studies here at Rutgers, and Jackson Lewis is brought up to the students as really, you know, the worst possible enemy of labor. I don't think that would be very good for a democratic administration as yours to be involved with, even indirectly, hiring someone or an organization like Jackson Lewis. I think it's regrettable.
We've never hired them.
I know.
And in my tenure on the Freeholder Board, let me say that.
Correct. Okay. Another comment is that, you know, we have some type of a business model at Middlesex County College, and we have been downsizing for the last 10 years, outsourcing, cutting down on programs. I know a counselor, for example, with Shima is here, who is a counselor. One of my children have some type of problem, a disability, and she found that her counselor has to take care of over 650 counselees because the counseling department has been cut down and services have been cut down for all students. I'm sure that you have no idea of the needs of our students. if you were aware of the needs of our students, you would have a more sympathetic outlook towards what's going on at the college. We have outsourced and downsized. You know, we're down 50 full-time faculty members. Financial aid has been really eliminated, outsourced to a company in Georgia. So jobs have been displaced to another state, and many things like that. So thank you for your time, and again, you know, I hope that you can help us. That's all I can say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else from the public? Please state your name and address, and you have 5 minutes.
Thank you. I'm Sid Madison. I live at 176 Blackford Avenue in Piscataway. I'm here to ask the Freeholders as individuals and as an organization to endorse a letter to Congress asking for a carbon tax. There are at least 3 reasons for this. First, a carbon tax is the closest thing to a silver bullet we have to address global warming. Another reason is the public concern is wide, but it's not deep. So there's a need for leadership to get the public to understand the importance of doing this. A third reason is that climate change is already impacting us, and as global warming increases, it's going to get worse. All of these reasons call for action and leadership by public institutions and public people, and that applies to you folks. I have the form here. I'll leave it with the clerk. I've provided some of these forms before, and I'm open to questions.
I don't have any questions. Just if you could leave that with our clerk, we'll look at it. Thank you. Anyone else in the public?
Move to close the public portion.
Second.
Motion to close by Deputy Director Tamaro, seconded by Fielder Valente. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Fielder Valente, seconded by Deputy Director Tamaro. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Meeting adjourned.